Hi guys, good to see you all. Happy Monday morning, and as you can see, we're trying to get the centre ready to reopen. So we're decorating, we're putting up new pictures, we're getting a lot of new wiring in so that we can have more computers all over the place, and we're hoping to be able to do some announcements maybe next week about what the new service is going to look like, because it won't be quite the same. It is going to be different when we reopen, but we are looking forward to welcoming you all back. So in the meantime, still Monday to Friday, 9 till 12, emergency advice for people who are sleeping rough in the garden, and keep getting involved in the activity packs, keep replying to the text messages for free, and keep picking up the phone when we call you just to check in how you are. And I'll hand over to Tom, and he'll tell you all about what's in this week's activity pack. See you soon.
Thank you very much, Amanda, and welcome everybody at home. As you can see, back on my green screen, so that's a good start to the week, isn't it? It is also, if you have your packs yet, it is self-portrait week, isn't it? So lots of good stuff to be getting on with. Got some news for you actually. Well, it's got some good news and some bad news. What do we want first? We want the good news. I'll start with the good news. The good news is I've been asked at the Booth Centre to start thinking about some actual activities, physical activities, in real life activities. So what we're thinking is there's no dates or anything set yet, but we're planning on how we can start doing some more activities at the Booth Centre. Probably going to be gardening, outdoors, maybe a little bit of like DIY, if we can build some stuff for the garden, making things, crafty, arty, maybe a bit of painting, stuff like that. So there's lots of stuff we could do in the back garden, and we can all stay at a safe 2 metre distance. Obviously we're only allowed to meet in small groups, so it'll still have to be small groups, but that is the good news. So yes, I'm going to start figuring it out how we can start doing some proper, in real life, physical activities, which is pretty cool, isn't it? But the bad news that goes alongside that also means that I'm not going to be available to do 5 of these a week. So we're going to be dropping down the number of videos that we're doing. We're only going to be doing a couple now. So I'll still be here every Monday and every Friday. But it just means that I'm going to have to give you extra loads of stuff to crack on with between these days, isn't it? So Monday to Friday, I'm going to have to give you loads of different activities to be cracking on with. And by the time Friday rolls around, you'll be a professional and you'll be better than me. Well, obviously you'll be better than me. Everybody's better than me at doing art, but you'll be ready to get onto the next stage, won't you? Sweet. So, right, okay, seeing as though it is portrait week, I won't chat about what we're doing too long. We'll just dig into some portrait stuff. So, right, okay. So there's lots of different styles of portraits, isn't it? Let me just start this playing in the background. I've not really chosen any specific ones in this. This is just like a list of really master artists from past and present. Will you be the next? So yeah, I robbed this off YouTube, but it's a good list of loads of different stuff. So what I want us to start thinking about and looking at with these, it's not like the detail and the quality of them and things like that. It's like the different styles that they're doing them in. There's Da Vinci, we've all heard of him, haven't we? But yeah, and they're not all dead. There's Donatello, wasn't he? And Raphael, weren't they? Weren't they the Ninja Turtles? There's Manet, not Monet, different people. Renoir, Rembrandt. You know what? I've actually heard most of these. Titian, never heard of that person. Or Frida Kahlo, never heard of them. Michelangelo, another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Don't know that guy. But yeah, so look at the way the colours in them. Look, the detail on that's Monet. Look at the detail, it's not that crazy. Gauguin, and look at this one, just pencil. You don't have to go over the top. Van Gogh, we all know Van Gogh, he used big brush strokes, didn't he? Mondrian, we talked about Mondrian earlier in this series. Norman Rockwell, that was a good one, wasn't it? These ones all look a bit more modern, I think, some of these, don't they? But yeah, I love it. That one is great, isn't it? Drawing himself on the floor outside. Andy Warhol, we've all heard of him. Don't know, Chuck Close. Dali, one of my favourite artists ever. I love surreal art. Jacob Lawrence. Picasso, look at that. So yeah, I'll actually... what is interesting is seeing the evolution of Picasso's self-portraits and seeing how he develops through his age. So yeah, look how simple that mirror was there. And these were all just black and white. Lucian Freud. Lots of different styles, isn't there? So another Jackson Pollock there, we all know him. He was the guy who did the Stone Roses album work, wasn't it? Where it's all just like splattered paint and things like that. He used loads of different styles. So yes, I was talking about Picasso a moment ago, wasn't I? Let's have a look at this Picasso. Like, look at this. So when he was 15, obviously, you're at school, you get taught how to draw properly, don't you? So he was probably doing fine art or something like that. But then what you do as an artist is once you've figured out that you can do watercolours, you can do your pencils, you can do your felt tips, like the 3 sets that we've got. But then once you've done those bits, that's when you start experimenting and figuring out what you want to do. So he started at 15, figured out, right, I can draw oil paintings or whatever, gone into age 18. I think that's like a charcoal-y sort of thing, isn't it? Still fairly real, looking at himself. But then you can see he gets progressively more surreal, doesn't it? So age 24, still like human-ish looking, but then by age 25, it's all angles and straight lines and things like that. Go on to 50, into his 50s here, that one's like both the eyes on the same side of the head. 83, starting to use weird colours, things like that. And then by 85 and 90, completely surreal. It's just blocks with like eyes in it and stripes and different things like that. But that's because that's what he liked, and that's what made Picasso famous, isn't it? It's all the abstracty stuff that he did. It's not the stuff that he did when he was at school, age 15, when he was learning his trade. It's all the stuff that gets famous later on in life. So think about that when you might be doing yours. You think, it doesn't have to be deadly accurate all the time. So you can mix it up. Right, okay, so it's self-portrait week anyway, wasn't it? So those were all self-portraits, and so we're asking either yourself to draw yourself from a mirror, or maybe like a profile picture on Facebook or whatever like that, if there's a picture of you anywhere. Oh yeah, just from a mirror, or just take a selfie and then draw it off that camera or phone or whatever it is you've got. But yeah, just before I jump into this one, I wanted to show you, you may remember from like some of the other videos, behind this green screen, there is, I'll tell you what, I'll put a picture of it up on the green screen. But yeah, it's that picture of my dad. Well, those 3 are my dad. My little brother did those. He went to do art at uni. Didn't turn out he was an artist. He went to be a tattoo artist in the end. Easier, more people want tattoos than fine art, don't they? But yeah, so he draws all these. But when he was at uni, he actually drew a picture of me. So I'll put that up now. How cool is that? So yeah, I had a curly moustache. What of it? I've had all the haircuts and all of the facial different styles you could possibly ever imagine. There's pictures of me with mullets, longer, Mohicans, all of it. I've done them all. But anyway, so yeah, and here's another one. So that one, amazing. My brother did one. He studied uni, so he's always going to be great, won't he? He spent like 5 years learning it. This next one is from Alex. Alex did this next one. I was buzzing off it. He was probably like 6 or 7 years old, maybe, something like that now. But she did it in an afternoon. I don't even know that she was painting me at the time. I think I was just sat down watching TV or something. She just painted that, like banged it out. But yeah, that's on my living room wall now. I'm showing it off like pride of place. It's nice having a painting of myself. Everybody thinks I'm a bit arrogant. But I didn't paint it. Alex painted it, so it's there. But anyway, talking of Alex, she is a dab hand, as you can tell by that, at drawing, and she's done a few portraits before. I'd never done it before, so I thought, you know what, I think it might be nice if I let Alex have a go. And then on Friday, when I'm back, because obviously we're going to skip a few days now because we're going on to the 2 a week, so on Friday I will show you what I have done. So in the next couple of days I'm going to do a self-portrait. I'm going to try and do my own, and let's just see how it does. I'll go proper effort on it. See how good I am or not good. But anyway, so what I said was, Alex, could you show me how you would do it? And she said, yeah, sure. So this is Alex having a go at it.
Hi everyone, it's Alex here from the Bees Centre. We are just looking at me doing a little portrait of Tom. So you can see using a really light wash of some colours, just to give a bit of a base. Lots of different colours as well, so we've got pinks, purples, greens, like turquoises going on there. And then going in with a little bit less water with the purple, just to give a little bit more definition around the edges of the shapes of the face. This is a really loose kind of way of starting so we can get a good background, but you can see we're starting to put some more detail in, a bit more like textures in the way that we're using the brush, so using the brush a little bit differently. Again, adding a bit more of a different level and layers, bit of a different colour, going around the beard area just with a bit more of a textured finish. I had to adjust the camera a little bit there so we can see what we're doing properly. So around the nose, easiest thing to do to create is a nose shape is to use shadowing to make it. So if you try and draw a nose on, it always looks a bit funky, so try and use shadowing to create that nose shape instead. So we've gone in with a bit of yellow. I like using loads of different colours in portraits. Gives it a different edge, it shows off a bit of style, but obviously do your own thing. You can do natural colours if you want to. So we let the watercolours dry off a little bit, and then we went in with some felt tips. So again, this gives another layer, different type of texture. So I've gone in with a bit of a dark green there again to give that definition around the glasses and beard, and again a bit of shadowing around the nose. And go quite crazy here with the kind of textures and lines that you're making. Gone in with a red, again just a really bright contrasting colour. Don't be scared about using crazy colours, even though it's a portrait. You don't have to use skin tones and nudes and things like that. A little bit around the beard as well, that kind of cross hatching, but I've not done a very traditional cross hatching effect there. I've just kind of done a bit of scribbling. And then a bit of the orange just to highlight any shadowing, and then gone in with the black there again for a bit more added definition. And that's us done. See you guys soon.
Well, thank you very much, Alex. There, that was pretty good, wasn't it? I've just set the bar pretty high for me there, so my go on Friday better be better than it is in real life. What do you think? It's damn cool, isn't it? She's got a good job on me. Makes me look mean. I'll just be frowning, like scowling at you. Well, she's got us down though, hasn't she? Look, I can't believe how good that is. Lots of the techniques that we used in our earlier episodes when we were learning about cross-hatching and hatching and things like that, and the fact that she used watercolour and felt tip, I've not done that yet. A few of you guys at home have actually, on your postcards that you've all sent in. A few of you guys have mixed watercolours and felt tips, or pencils and felt tips and watercolours, etc. And it's always been looking good. So yeah, I think I might do that myself. Start with a nice watercolour background, and then put some more details in with my felt tips. Great idea there. Thank you very much, Alex. Much appreciated. Right-o, let's move over. You may have all remembered, used to be Richard did Riddle Corner, didn't you? But last Friday I set you 2 riddles. So here are the answers for the 2 riddles. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll remind you and I'll give you the riddles first. So the last 2 that I gave you last week are: feed me, I will live, but give me a drink and I will die. What am I? So what things can you feed? But if you feed it water, it'll die. It's a fire, isn't it? So if you feed it, like feed it wood, or if you feel it, well, feed it whatever, but then if you give it a drink, liquid, you'll put it out. So other than flammable liquids, because obviously there's definitely a loophole there, so yeah, as long as it should be, feed me, I will live, but give me a non-flammable drink and I will die. What am I? So yes, it's fire. So, did anybody get it out there? Hope you did. I didn't get it, first of all, but then as soon as you sit down and you think about it, give yourself a minute or 2, you'll get it in the end. And then, so the next one, moving on swiftly, was, what can you keep after giving it to someone? Did anybody get it? The answer is your word. So you give that. Is it can you keep or can't you keep? What can you keep after giving it to someone? Sorry, yes, I was just confusing myself with reading it over and over then. Yeah, what can you keep after giving it to someone? So yes, you can keep it, but you've given it away at the same time. So there you go. It's your word, like a promise or whatever, isn't it? There we go. So that's, oh no, tell you what, I am rubbish. Where is Richard with this riddle section? Because I am ruining riddle section right now. I've got to set some more, haven't I? And so, because we're doing the 2 videos a week, I'm going to set you 2 more. So the next 2 here is, I have sea with no water, coast with no sand, a town with no people, and mountains with no land. What am I? I have sea with no water, coast with no sand, a town with no people, and mountains with no land. What am I? Have a think. I like this one a lot. The next one I'm going to set for you is, I cannot talk, but I always reply when spoken to. What am I? 2 little mysterious ones there. So the second one, yeah, I cannot talk, but will always reply when spoken to. What am I? It's a smart one, that one. If anybody gets it out there, very clever indeed. Cleverer than I, because I wouldn't have got that one. Okie dokie, right. It's pack time. We're going to have a quick blast through. There's some important stuff in here, like usual. Right. Competition time this week. It is self-portrait week. I want you to get your self-portraits in. We had loads. I took them all back into the centre the other day, and they've set up a lovely little display cabinet with all of these postcards in it that you've sent in. So I'll probably, when I'm in there, I'll get a little bit of footage, and I'll probably put it in on Friday if it's all set up and ready to go. Then yeah, I'll get it in on Friday. Sorry, I'll show it to you on Friday what it all looks like with all of these in it. But we're still asking you to send them in, and we're still doing the £10 competition. This week, self-portrait week, and the question is, who is a self-portrait of? Another trick question there, it sounds like, doesn't it? But I think it's more simpler than it sounds. But yeah, you send in a picture of yourself with that answer on, you could be winning that tenner, so make sure you do. Stick it in a post box, and it'll fly over to us, and we'll get it up in the booth centre. Next little section over here. So yes, oh yeah, Richard's philosophical questions. As we're only breaking the number of videos down, I'm not going to get the same amount of time to chat with Richard, but I will go in this week and we will have a chat. We've only got 2 questions. One is, do we get wiser as we get older? And the second one is, what makes you, you? So, deep. Tune in Friday to get that to get that answer, or to get our version of the answer anyway. And then there's a bit from Louis in here. Louis sent really lovely words that he sent in on a message on his postcard. Just about like living in a moment and not dwelling on things that may be upsetting you, or just how to stay calm when your brain's going mental, because that just happens sometimes. Sometimes your brain just fixates on one thing and you just need to switch it up and go to somewhere else. Go to either a happy place or just start thinking of something different. And this one is about like keeping busy rather than just keeping your brain busy. This is like keeping physically busy, and it will help you distract yourself really from the negative vibes you might be picking up or whatever. Then there's lots of employment opportunities. Louise and Rob are giving out CV tips, how to, where job opportunities are and things like that. And then we've got Danny and Phil's Poetry Corner. The very end of this video, actually, I've got a little video from Phil that I will show you. He goes through a little self-portrait style poem, and I will have a go this week. So Friday, again, I will have a poem for you then, so make sure you come back for that. And what else? We've got the exercise challenge. Not done exercise for a bit, have we? So this one, it's just a simple one. It's about building yourself up, so it just sets you out an easy start, and then it evolves from there. Walk half a mile, do 5 press-ups, do 5 sit-ups, walk up and down the stairs without stopping 5 times, things like that. Well, walk up and down the stairs without stopping 5 times. Tell you one thing, I used to live in a block of flats that was and I was on the 9th floor. I don't know how high it went, but I was on the 9th floor. And when the lift broke, I was not a happy man. It was like, there was times when it was like 2 weeks, and sometimes I'd just stay indoors and not leave because it was such a long walk downstairs. 9 flights in one go is not easy. So yes, this it says, up and down 5 times without stopping, that's a challenge. So that's not easy, but see, if you can do it, good on you. And then what the idea is, slowly increase, get better. And then the last page is Richard set up a little microwave recipe, because That's what we like to do. We like microwave recipes, don't we? We did a few good ones. The French onion soup was my favourite, I think. No, actually, tell you a lie. That was my. It was the cheesecake one was my favourite. That was the most successful. But yeah, so he's got a couple of spud recipes here. I might have a go at that. It's pretty basic. I'm sure you could all follow those instructions. But yeah, we'll see. If I fancy a jacket spud, I might film myself doing it. But if not, I'm sure we'll be fine without seeing Tom cook a jacket potato, won't we? Right, okay, yes, so I've done that, and yes, I'm gonna just got a couple of little shout outs to get through. So, as like I said, we're gonna have Phil's later on, but for now, I've got Bryony's. She has done I'm gonna start the video because I don't think she's gonna be chatting. I'll mute her in the background, so yeah, you can see her, she's going on, she's doing her thing, but she's trying to get more people interested. She's getting people to do these sort of embroidery, isn't it? So yeah, she's getting everybody to do loads of little different ones, and then we're going to stitch them together and create like this. I think you can see, there you go, the big sleep out one we did there. That was one that we've done in the past, so we're asking everybody to do it again. Here are some of the sort of things that you might find in the pack. I think she's about, I'll turn the volume back up, there we go.
If you fancy taking part in the project, we'll send you a kit with everything you need. So it'll include some embroidery threads, 6 random colours, an embroidery hoop, 3 colours of fabric, and everyone will get the same, so we can make a nice colour coordinated quilt at the end. An embroidery needle, some thread snips, a white gel pen, a pencil, and some sheets of A4 paper to draw your design on.
Excellent. So yeah, I'll be submitting my request as well. I'll be submitting for one of them packs, and I'm gonna have a go at it. I don't know if they'll let me put my piece in the blanket or the quilt or the hanging or whatever we're calling it, but I'll have a go. See if I'm any good at stitching. You never know. Might be a hidden talent. Might be my calling. Okay, thank you very much there, Bryony. Lovely to see you, and yeah, I hope some people do get involved in that little sewing thing. If you want to, let us know on Facebook, or just contact the Booth Centre as you would ever normally, or whoever you want to speak to at the Booth Centre, and they could get in touch and we can start, well, we can add you to the list. We've got a list going, so we'll just add you to it and we'll send you it out. Excellent. Right, headphone time. Let's have a sing-along, I reckon. Zoom myself out a little bit. That's already out. I'll just sit back away. Right, let's have a look. We've got 2 bangers. I know I say it's a banger every day, don't I? But it's just the Booth Centre songbook. It's just brilliant. There's just so many good songs in it. So yeah, this one is called True. It's by Spandau Ballet. Yes, love a bit of Spandau Ballet. And this is another one of those lockdown videos where this time just one geezer. He's really talented. He can record himself. He can play all the instruments. So he's done it himself. He's done everything. So let's have a sing-song, eh, guys? Well, if I put it on into my headphones first rather than in the room, but now it's going. Funny how it seems, always in time, but never in life for dreams. Head over heels with toe to toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I bought a ticket to the world, but now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. I know this much is true. I know this much is true. With a thrill in my head and a pill on my
begun. Listen to Marvin all night long. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound always slipping from my hands. Stands the time of its own. Take your decide on to write the next line. Oh, I want the truth to be known. Ha, 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 ha. I know this much is true. Ha, 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 ha. I know this much is true. I bought a ticket to the world, but now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said. I know this much is true. I know this much is true. 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 I know it must be true. This much is true. Much is true. This much is true. This much is true. I know this much is true. I know this much is true. Good work, mate. Bunch of talented people out there, isn't it? Hey? Classic. Another good one. Right, over here. What have we got next? Sister Sledge. You know what I was thinking before I put this on? I was like, anything from that sort of era, I was like, oh, it just sounds like Chic, doesn't it? But then I did a little bit more research and it turns out that Nile Rodgers, the lead guitarist in Chic, also wrote most Sister Sledge songs. And so it turns out they don't all just sound the same. It turns out it was the same person who wrote it all. So that is why they all sound similar. So anyway, here is Sister Sledge.
2, 1, 2.
I'll put myself in the middle so I don't get in the way. There we go, that better. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody, sing. We are family. I'm gonna try to hide. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. walk on by, and we fly just like birds of a feather. I'm not telling no lie. All of the people around to say, can we be that close? Just let me stay for the record. We're giving love and a family goes. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Life is fun and we've just begun to get our share of the world's delights. High hopes we have for the future, our goals in sight. No, we won't get depressed, 'cause here's what we call our golden rule. Here where the things you do, you won't go wrong. No, this is our family jewel. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Yeah. Decent. I love that one a lot. I think that's always been a popular one at the Booth Centre because we are family. That's what it is, isn't it? We're all a big family at the Booth Centre, a big community. Right, where am I up to now? Okay, right, coming up to the end, but not yet. We've still got stuff to be blasting through here. So yeah, stick around. We've got Phil and Danny's little poetry corner here. So yeah, it's a little advert, plug in something, a new project that they've got coming up, and also an example of sort of like a self-portrait style poem. So I'm going to take some inspiration from this. I hope you guys do too. So here is Phil from Arthur and Martha.
Hello, this is Phil here from Arthur and Martha. I would like to invite you to be part of a new project that we're doing, which is we're giving away these highly groovy little books here. You get a pencil as well, and a whole bunch of ideas. Yeah, lots of ideas. And it's to try. It's a bit like a diary in words and pictures, where you put down stuff about you and your experiences, day to day, week to week, for the next little while. I would love it if you would like to be involved. Just get in touch. So the writing idea for this week for Poetry Corner is that you do a picture of yourself in words. It doesn't have to be a strict poem with rhymes and all that kind of stuff. It just has to be you expressing yourself, getting some feelings down in words. Celebrate yourself if you can. I'm going to read you a little example of somebody doing this, and it's a guy called E.E. Cummings, and he does this sort of thing where he writes about himself and just says, I'm not perfect, and I like the fact that I'm not perfect. May my mind stroll about hungry and fearless and thirsty, and even if it's Sunday, may I be wrong, for whenever men are right, they're not young. And may myself do nothing useful, and love you more than truly. There's never been quite such a fool who could fail. Pulling the sky all over him with one smile. And that, I really love that. To me, that's what it's all about. just saying who you are and how it feels. Okay, this is my other cat, Rosa, who's very disappointed that she wasn't in the last video, so here she is now. She's been pestering to be in this one. I thought it might amuse you. Yes, you're in now, aren't you? That's good, isn't it?
Well, that was sweet, wasn't it? I thought I'd just jump back in before that all finished off. But no, excellent work there from Phil. And if you are interested, yeah, contact them. But yeah, next week, like it says on screen, we've got Danny, which will be very exciting. I think superheroes next time. Something like that. Anyway, sweet. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will be back Friday. Don't you forget. Make sure you're there. Tell all your friends. It's going to be epic. I'm going to have such a sweet lineup planned because obviously I'm going to like crush all the best bits from the multiple videos that I do. I'm going to crush them into one, well, twice a week, innit? So it's going to be bigger, better, more brillianter, and more booth centre than usual. But right, thank you very much for listening. I'm going to leave you now, so still, make sure you stay safe. Try and stay indoors as much as you possibly can. Wash your hands. I've been Tom.